Welcome everyone to my newest video. After a long time weathering the Kalmagi storm, I'm finally back and continuing with DC Dark Legion. This November update not only brings major changes, but also includes a lot of controversial information that has drawn massive attention from the global gaming community. We'll be analyzing all the upcoming major updates from the core systems to the special events to see whether the developers are truly listening to the players. In today's content, we'll focus on three main topics. Can the controversial stamina system be saved with the new improvements? How will the game introduce the next iconic champions? And which legendary hero will be promoted to Mythic next? We'll also take a look at the developers' honest feedback about the recent Halloween event and review the progress of the long-awaited content like Darkest Timeline. Before we begin, if you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, make sure to do so. There are many more exciting videos coming soon. All right, let's jump right in so you won't miss any important information. To begin, we need to talk about the stamina system, a topic that has consistently sparked strong reactions from players since its launch. The developers started with an official apology for the initial chaos, especially the severe stamina loss bug that occurred during the first 2 hours. This issue damaged player trust, but they insisted that the system is still worth saving because it offers long-term benefits. Specifically, after collecting and upgrading characters, the stamina system can significantly boost players' resource output. For example, a mythic hero with high star levels can provide up to a 50% resource bonus, which is incredibly appealing. Recognizing the gameplay issues, the developers introduced a series of major improvements. Initially, they increased the working duration from 10 hours to 20 hours. Then, they reduced the required resting time to just 8 hours. This change is important because it allows players to manage their work schedule once a day instead of logging in multiple times. They also added the auto rest function, prioritizing stamina recovery for rare and higher star heroes. However, the most anticipated improvement is the addition of the auto button for work tasks, a feature the community had long requested to remove unnecessary manual operations. The developers aim to release this feature within a week after the announcement, and since I'm a bit late making this video, it's already live now. The auto button unlocks at a relatively low War Room level, expected to be War Room 13, ensuring most players can access it. Finally, another important change is the reduction of penalties when heroes run out of stamina. Instead of dropping resource rewards to 0, they now decrease to a certain percentage of the maximum amount. These improvements clearly show the developers' commitment to making the stamina system easier to manage and more rewarding for players. Next, we can't skip over the developers' honest assessment of the recent Halloween event. They admitted that it was a major failure, mainly because of their decision to split the event into 2 separate parts, including Wonder Woman Day. This division caused a severe information imbalance. Players had to collect fragments without knowing exactly what the exclusive event hero could do, or what the rules and rewards for Nightfall Siege were. Learning from this mistake, the developers promised never to organize events in this way again. Regarding event planning, they also announced that large-scale events like Superman Celebration or Halloween will now only take place on special occasions. In the coming months, players should expect smaller events focusing on themes like Teen Titans or the Bat Family. From the feedback surrounding the Halloween event, they decided to officially introduce a new iconic rarity. The goal is to clearly define exclusive characters that only appear in special events. However, this announcement came with disappointing news. Iconic heroes will be introduced very rarely, only a few each year, and will always be released alongside a regular mythic hero, similar to how Donna was released together with Wonder Woman Death Metal. This structure is meant to provide multiple engagement levels for players. Although iconic heroes are limited to special events, they will occasionally return in reruns. Specifically, Wonder Woman Death Metal will come back, but almost certainly only after the next iconic hero is introduced. This makes it clear that iconic heroes are highly exclusive content, leaning more toward pay-to-win players. So if you're not a spender, you really don't need to worry about them. They're not that strong anyway. I personally own Wonder Woman Death Metal with 3 blue stars and plan to make a video about her, but the storm hit and I lost power, internet, and water for 5 days, so I couldn't do it. From my experience, she's not strong compared to other heroes of the same star tier. As for 5 red stars, I have no idea. Only whales can afford that, and I don't have the budget to test it myself. Moving on to system management issues, an important piece of news is that server merges have now officially entered a regular cycle. The developers are confident after successfully completing 2 major merge waves, and from now on, they plan to conduct one merge every month, usually between seasons of the Ultimate Battle for Gotham. The next merge is expected to take place during the last week of November. The main criteria for determining which servers to merge will prioritize server age first, followed by player activity levels, ensuring that paired servers remain well balanced. In addition, the newsletter listed several major quality of life improvements implemented since the last update. Notably, the duration of Ultimate Battle for Gotham has been reduced from 3 hours to 90 minutes, making it easier for players to participate. The Krypton Rush matchmaking system has also been improved, and the good news is that VIP hero fragments as well as Green Lantern fragments are now grindable through activities and gems, though it will take significantly longer for free-to-play players. Finally, looking at the roadmap progress, there's plenty of positive news. The developers are in the final sprint to complete the current roadmap by the end of this month or early next month. The most anticipated news from the community is that the next legendary hero to be promoted to Mythic will be Red Hood, expected to be completed within the next few weeks. Alongside that, we'll see the launch of the Absolute Great Krypton Rush Tournament and a new synchronized alliance PvP mode called Metropolis Maneuvers, which will replace Crisis in Time. Although it wasn't part of the original roadmap, a new technology system involving drones and chips is also planned for release this month. However, the most requested content, Darkest Timeline, has still not been relaunched. The developers hope to share more updates about it once the current roadmap wraps up. So, we've just gone through all the major highlights from the November community update of DC, Dark Legion. To summarize the most notable news, we can clearly see a strong effort from the developers to improve the overall player experience, especially through the addition of the auto button and the reduced penalties in the stamina system. These are some of the most well-received quality of life improvements so far. In addition, the confirmation that Red Hood will be the next legendary hero to be promoted to Mythic has sparked huge excitement within the community. On the system side, the start of regular server merges will help balance server populations, and the shorter duration for large-scale battles is also a very welcome change. However, alongside the good news, there are still serious issues that deserve attention, particularly how the developers openly admitted the Halloween event was a failure. This shows they'll need to be much more cautious when designing large-scale events in the future. Moreover, with iconic heroes being extremely rare and highly exclusive, free-to-play players might find it increasingly difficult to access top-tier content. I have one suggestion. Allow free-to-play players to at least obtain 5 white stars for collection purposes, while those who want to use the heroes long-term can still invest money to increase their star levels. Personally, I love collecting heroes, but the cost of owning even one exclusive character feels unreasonable and frustrating for many players. Finally, despite overwhelming community demand, updates about Darkest Timeline remain vague, leaving many fans anxious and impatient. So what about you? What do you think of these updates? Do you believe the auto button is enough to save the stamina system? Are you excited about Mythic Red Hood? Or are you disappointed with the plan for iconic heroes? Share your thoughts in the comments below so we can discuss them together. Don't forget to like this video if you found the information helpful, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss my next deep dives and hot news about the game. See you all in the next video.